I'm Michael Coe, and this is the Big Blue View.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of the Big Blue View. I'm your host Sean Kerr. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Here we are with New York Giants Michael Coe. How you doing, Michael?
Good, how you doing?
Good to see you. Of course, got to get right to the obvious. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. Tell me about your experience there.
It was just like a dream come true. I feel like words can't do it justice. You can't really put it into too many words. It's something that I feel like I've been dreaming about since I was like 4 or 5, knee high, and being able to just see that come true was it was a blessing, man. Being there to share it with the teammates and the coaches and there's the Giant family and the fans was great. I don't think I could have dreamed that big, dreaming even better than the way it happened. You know, as Giant organization, it's a real family there, and guys are close, and the coaches are close, and be able to share it with the best fans in the world, the biggest city in the world. I mean, man, it was great.
Last season wasn't your first year with the Giants. Right. You were back in 2009. You were on the Giants as well, right?
Right. Yeah, that was my first time being here, and you know, I liked it right away. You know, Coach Coughlin is a great coach, man. He really is, and I didn't know what to expect coming from Coach Dungy and Indy, and then coming to the Giants was definitely different, different structure, but it was the same message. You know, I got great respect for Coach Coughlin, awesome respect for Tony Dungy.
Now you play in the secondary, and it's a highly competitive bunch of guys there. And you had a very big game back in November against the Green Bay Packers in the regular season where you subbed in for Aaron Ross there. Tell us a little bit about that game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just, Coach Pete always tells us, our DB coach, always tells us, just be ready and prepare like a starter. You know, they threw me in there spot games, and then New England, I think San Francisco played most of the whole game. And you just got to be ready, go out there and compete. And I think that was the biggest thing. You know, you develop that trust with the coordinators and your DB coach, like, hey, I know you can go out there and perform, and and like you said, it's competitive. And I think the guys with that group, with our group, we're always very complimentary to each other. We're hard on each other. We demand good things from each other all the time. And I think because the corners, we keep each other accountable. It's never a drop-off. Even in practice, the way we compete, we kind of coach each other up. That is it's a trickle-down effect, and I think everybody has that kind of attitude. We'll never, you can't beat thin skin in the secondary at all, and you can't beat thin skin playing with Coach Coughlin. So,
sure. Now, with that game and you stepping in when Aaron Ross was injured, and now that Aaron Ross is not with the Giants anymore, I mean, that spot seems to be wide open for the taking. Do you see yourself stepping up and grabbing that position?
Oh, everybody is got to find a role, and I'm gonna do whatever I have to do, and that's obviously a goal of mine. I want to be that guy, and just gonna go out there and compete. And a lot of guys are coming back. Terrell's coming back off his injury, and Bruce Johnson is coming off his injury. Bruce is a really good player, and like I said, it's still very competitive. But like I said, it's a brotherhood. We always go out there and compete hard as we can, and we're always going to help each other. So I think that's what makes it, special back there. All the guys going to help each other, and from Antrell down to everybody, the safeties. We all help each other, and like you said, me personally, I want to be that next in line. But what I mean, like I said, I'm going to do my best and work hard, and hopefully I can do that.
You're used a great deal on special teams as a gunner. Now, can you explain to fans back on what exactly a gunner is?
Oh man, I think after corners, probably the hardest positions to play in the league, right? you get double team out there, and it's pretty much a no holds barred fight. And people don't know that, but it's a fight. And two people in front of you, and usually just as athletic as you are, usually two corners or a corner and a safety, and I had success at that, so I get double team a lot, or I get a single in the front, and somebody buzz out to get me later, so they won't get to the returner. But like I said, it's a no holds barred fight, and they'll never call any penalties up there. They be holding you, face mask, everything. So yeah, it's primarily my job, and fight my butt off and get down there and make a play.
Now the secondary did have its problems last year, and as you mentioned, Terrell Thomas is coming back, and there's definitely going to be some movement around, since Aaron Ross left. How do you see the Giants shutting down, the receivers and coming along as a secondary this year?
Well, I think it'll be great. Terrell's a great player, smart player, and when you have, I think what our problem is almost a good thing, but it could be a bad. We had so many athletic people on that on our defense, so many guys can do so many things, and I think that's what we were doing in the beginning of the year. We're moving this guy here, have this package here, and we're doing so much because we have the talent to do it. You know, if you can get, usually it's the offense mix and matching to get, you know, favorable matchups, but because of we had guys like Dion and Shaw to play corner, and guys that, you know, put us in a position where it'd be successful, guys, turn and run guys, you know, we had a lot of speed back there. So we matched up great a lot of times. And, you know, finally we start clicking, and our group is a special group because we learned so much from each other. So I think it was a great learning experience for us last year, learning each other, learning how we see things, each other, and moving forward, I just think of, you know, it was exciting to see what's going to happen. I think it could be even better because guys got smarter.
Very good. And where do you see the Giants come December?
Man, hopefully we're still at the top. You know, that's just the goal. And Coach Coughlin always said, you know, it's cliche, but it is so true. You know, a lot of people say the cliche things, but the simplest things are the truest things. You know, you take it one game at a time. You can't, and I feel like, especially at our position at corner, you know, you can't let the play beat you twice. You get beat for a 40-yard bomb, so what? Because you could get the next play and get a pick and take it 80 yards for a touchdown. That's the thing that people don't really talk about as much, but this game is so mental. And like for the example I just gave you, is a big mental thing out there. You got to be able to put it behind you, whether it's good or bad. The best advice I ever got is, you know, my dad said, you never, don't never get too high, don't never get too low. You know, so you try to keep that in the framework of the playing defense, being aggressive and things, but mentally you have to stay sharp like that. And like I said, we have an awesome coaching staff that keeps us right there.
Michael Cole, New York Giants. Thank you for your time.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me.